All right, guys, let's take a look at the bit shift left. I'm primarily looking at this in Studio 5000, but you're going to find this in a number of different PLC programs. They have the bit shift left and the bit shift right. We're primarily going to look at bit shift left on this video here, and then on subsequent video, we're going to use this to simulate like an encoder on the back of a motor and giving us our position on a conveyor so that we can have a box come by, shift some bits over, and then we can have a pusher push that box off and push it down a chute once it gets to a certain position. So we're going to use the bit shift left to mimic kind of like the encoder on the back of a motor. Okay, looking at the bit shift left, I'm going to call it BSL because if I keep saying bit shift left too fast, it sounds like something else. So for this guy right here, all the information is available when you have your program. So you open up your program, drop in your bit shift left, and then hit F1, and then it's going to give all your information here from Rockwell. So the main thing for this guy is that the bit shift left instruction shifts the specified bits within the array one position left, and when enabled, the instruction unloads the uppermost bit of the specified bits to the unload bit, .ul, shifts the remaining bits one position left, and loads the bit address into bit 0 of array. Okay, so when I first read that, I really had no idea what they were talking about. And I had a couple of misconceptions that kind of screwed me up along the way. So hopefully once I'm done, you'll have a good understanding of the BSL. Okay, so taking a look at this guy, let's go back to the Excel sheet here. So we're going to make use of a double integer here, so a dint. And that guy obviously has 32 bits, right? So 31 here, but we're starting at 0, so we have 32 individual bits here. And with this one, I've got, you'll see that I've got to create an array, right? So this is my array of 32 bits, and I've just called it array dint. And I've got two values here. I got the value prior to the bit shift, and then the value after the bit shift. Okay, we're going to go through what each of these are, but when you create the bit shift left, you're going to have to create the array, 32 bits. Then you're going to have to create a variable or a tag for your control, and then you're going to have a source bit. Okay, in this case, I haven't shown anything in the program at the moment, but I would have had something in my program to create a 1 within this bool value right here. So my BSL source bit has got to be equal to a 1 for a 1 to actually be placed into this array here. The BSL source bit obviously has two values. It either has a 0 or a 1. Okay, so you can shift a 0 or a 1 into your array there. And for this example, my length is going to be 4. Okay, you can create whatever length that you want to. Okay, let's read through the summary here, guys. So bits shift one position towards the highest bit number. So they're shifting to the left towards the highest bit number. When enabled, so once this BSL is enabled, so we'd have to have some instruction here to enable it, i.e. like push button 1 enables the BSL instruction. Then we're going to start at bit 0 in the array. So it's always going to place your source bit into bit 0. Okay, in this case, because my length is 4, then the instruction unloads array dint 0.3. So it's going to get rid of this guy right here. So it's going to input my BSL source bit. I've said that my BSL source bit is currently a 1. That value is going to go into here. And because I have chosen a length of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, this bit right here is moved to the .ul bit, to the unload bit. Okay, so this is going to be unloaded. This is going to be moved in. And then these 3 bits are going to be shifted over to the left. So think of this unload bit being taken out of the array, and then these bits right here being moved over to accommodate your source bit that's being shoved into this array. Okay, in this example where I have a length of 4, then bits 4 through 31 are really unaffected by the instruction. So one more time, bit shift left takes a value from the source bit, right, which is this bad boy right here, and regardless if it's a 1 or a 0, in this case mine is a 1, gets placed into bit 0 of your 32-bit array. The other bits from your length have moved over by 1 position, and the last bit of your length is taken out and moved to the .ul bit. Okay, let's take a look at Rockwell's example here. So if we just scroll down here, we can see all our values. I'm just going to scroll down to their example first. So in this case, for this example, they have a length of 10. Let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger. So again, for this bit shift left, they've created an array dint 0, right? So 32 bits, which are seen right here. They have a control value, so you're going to have to put in a control variable. And then their source bit is input 1. At this point, they're saying that input 1 has a value of 1. Again, it could be a 1 or a 0. That's placed into bit 0 of their 32-bit array. Because the length is 10, then bit 9, okay, bit 9 because we're starting at 0, bit 9 is unloaded. This bit that got pushed into bit 0 is clearly seen right here. The rest of the bits right here have been shifted over by 1. So 4 goes to 5, 5 goes to 6, 6 goes to 7, 7 goes to 8, and 8 goes to 9. Okay, so we can see that these 4 1s here get shifted over by 1 position. Okay, then the final value for bit 9 gets moved over to the unload bit. Okay, let's take a look at example number 2 from Rockwell. Be careful with this one. Maybe pause the video here and see if you can see what's wrong with this image here. There's a mistake on the image, and it messed me up for a little bit. So let's look at example number 2. This one has a length of 58, right? It says when enabled, so when this goes true, the BSL instruction starts at bit 0 in array dint 0. So it starts right here, right? The instruction unloads array dint 1.25, so unloads this guy right here into the unload bit, shifts the remaining bits, so all of these bits shift over 1, and loads input 1 into array dint 0, bit 0. And the remaining bits 31 to 26, these guys right here in dint 1 are invalid. So the issue on this image is that input 1 should be here, right? Similar to what we saw right here. And the UL bit being taken out should be this guy right here. And what's cool about this is that they're demonstrating the thing that I was talking about earlier, that if your length is greater than 32 bits, well, you're going to have 2 portions to this array, right? We have dint 0 and then dint 1, double integer 0 and double integer 1, part of this same array here. So once the input 1, right, so let's move this over here, input 1 with a value of 1, right, again, input 1 could have a value of 1 or 0. They're just showing that it has a value of 1. Right? That value is moved into this bit right here, and the remaining bits from here all the way to here are moved over, right? So they're going to bit 25 in dint 1 because they have 32 plus 26, right? Remember, we're starting at 0. 32 plus 26 to give us 58 for our length there. Okay, the final value here, the value of 0 is being unloaded to the .ul bit. So we can see here that this bit right here is being unloaded there. Okay, so it doesn't matter the length, you just have to make sure that you have a large enough array to accommodate that length. Okay, so your bit going in from the source bit, the other bits are being moved over by 1 position, the last bit out of your length is being unloaded, and then the rest of them move over. And every time that the BSL goes true, every time that this goes true, whatever's in the source bit gets moved over, and these bits get moved over 1 position again. So this 1 will move over every time that the BSL is enabled, right? Whenever this goes true, then this 1 will move over by 1 position. Whatever is the end of this length will always be unloaded, but the 1 will continue to move along until it reaches the end of this array here. So it's a beauty way of having like a sensor being tripped and then keeping track of where that box or item is on a conveyor. And then when it gets to a certain bit that we know corresponds to a pneumatic pusher or something like that, we can use that pneumatic pusher to push the box off. And we know exactly when the box is going to be there based on when those 1s are transferring along this array here. Okay, so let's create a program, guys, and let's see the basics of this, and then we're going to build up to that example where we have a sensor being tripped off and the pneumatic pusher pushing something off of a conveyor.